mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello and welcome to Would You Die, the show where I admire its purity, a survivor unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Anneliese, we are in a new month.
We are.
The month of August.
The month of August.
We survived our return to Summerween.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to tell our lovely listeners what we're doing this month?
Yes, I would love to. So this month we are kind of doing something new and fun.
Something we haven't done before as a podcast.
Yes, on this iteration of the podcast. And here's what I'll say. If you like the old format of the podcast, I think you're really going to like this month. Because we're going to do a hyper focus on one of our villains and one of our franchises. And we are going to dive deep into Alien August.
It's really funny you bring up the old iteration because I have done Alien August before.
Yes, you have.
But it was different.
Right, yeah. And that was, I highly recommend going back and listening to, Alien August in the previous iteration, as I always do when we talk about kind of what you were doing before. But we are going to be focusing on the Alien franchise this month.
Specifically, the original Sigourney Weaver quadrilogy.
Yes, which will be really fun because... And I'm not going to get too much into it because we'll talk personal history, but some of us have more experience with this franchise than others.
What?
Yes. And we kind of have talked about this before. I highly recommend, if you want more backlog listening, to listen to our Prometheus episode as well.
Did that in our prequel month.
Yes. So now we're actually finally hitting the movies for which the prequel was.
Right. Right. And it's one of those things where Anneliese and I kind of look ahead, maybe a bit too much.
Yes.
But I like to have like the milestone episodes be milestone topics.
Yes.
And this is episode 75. I thought it'd be great to cover one of the horror greats.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the other ones for the rest of the numbers.
Yeah. So if you've never seen Alien, please stop what you're doing, go watch it, and then come back. It's really important that you watch this one. First of all, just for your own education.
And not just for education in horror, just education in cinema.
Yes. But the movie follows the spaceship Nostromo, who is returning to Earth with a 7-member crew. They are in stasis, but they get woken up early. And it is because the ship's computer, who is named Mother, detects a transmission from a nearby planet, wakes the crew. They need to go check it out. That's kind of part of their contract in their contract with the company. So they go check it out, and they find aliens.
Well, yeah, kind of. They find one.
Well, they find multiple.
Yeah.
They just only take one.
Elaine. Ellen.
So, Austin, I know this story very well because you've told it on many iterations of many different podcasts, but for the audience, what is your personal connection with the movie Alien?
I've seen it a few times.
Okay.
No, this is my favorite scary movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. I first saw it when I was, I think, 11 or 12. My mom felt I had reached the age where, okay, you should start watching horror movies now. And she's always had a good sense of my tastes.
Yes.
And she felt if I was going to truly get into horror, she should. And at this point, I liked movies like Jurassic Park and Jaws and the Universal Monsters, but like everything else scared the shit out of me. I wouldn't touch a demonic movie with a 10-foot pole.
Right.
Mikey My, no way, Jose. I was not guy with a knife. I ain't watching that. I'm scared, and that's what I was for the longest time. But she felt like, for me, a good entry point would be Alien, because probably I've always loved creature monsters.
Yeah.
I've always loved science fiction. At this time, I was into Star Wars, and I think that helped a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And once you watch a movie like Alien, a lot of other horror movies aren't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the horror movies where if it's an entry point for you, it's kind of pushing you into the deep. No, not kind of. It is pushing you into the deep end. Alien is a really intense and scary movie.
Yeah.
But because now I had Alien under my belt, I started watching movies like Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street and The Ring and Saw, and I was getting into Insidious. I was getting into horror movies as a high schooler, and I don't think I would have if my mom didn't show me Alien at like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been one of my favorite films ever since. It's one where, when I look at my work as a filmmaker, it's one of those canon films that I can see its influence on everything I've done so far.
Okay.
Some explicit, like, conscious decisions. I wanted to homage Alien. And some things where I've watched the finished film and I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't thinking about Alien, but I see Alien there.
Yeah.
In movies that don't, in some of my films that don't necessarily scream, yo, this dude likes Alien.
Yeah, for sure.
But and we'll talk more about it as we go on, but it's just an important movie for me.
Right.
And my favorite scary movie. If Ghostface called me, that's what I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? What is your personal connection with Alien?
Well, you know this, but my personal connection with Alien is that before we ever did the podcast, before I was ever even a guest on the previous iteration of the podcast, I don't even remember how it came up that I hadn't seen Alien, but you were like, okay, this is ridiculous. You've got to see Alien. I'm coming over. We're watching Alien. You came over, you brought Alien. We watched it. It kind of was, I think, like, there have been a few times in my adult life where I've watched a horror movie and been like, okay, horror movies can be this too. Mm-hmm. They can be kind of comfort in a weird way, and they can be like this beautiful, like, cinematic experience. I don't know how to describe it because it's not like, I don't want to sound overly pretentious about this, right? Like, I don't want it to sound like, oh, there are some movies that are just not,
yeah,
like that. But there are certain movies that are like, oh, this is like a comfort movie of mine. I love this movie in both the fact that it's a horror movie, like, it's my favorite horror movie or one of my favorite horror movies, but also, like, it might just be like one of my, like, top 20 movies of all time. Mm-hmm. And this is one that became like a really big instant classic for me, like, kind of immediately. So that was my first experience with Alien. I'm gonna ask Jeremy his personal connection, and then I'm gonna put us all on the spot. So everybody be ready to be put on the spot.
Oh.
Okay.
What is your personal connection?
Okay. So my personal connection is, and you got wait for it, because it's intense. I watched this movie at Austin's house on Saturday.
It's Monday, if you wondered.
The Saturday before the Monday we're recording.
Yeah.
My personal connection with this film is one scene in the movie Spaceballs where my dad had to pause it and go, by the way, that's an Alien reference. We'll get to it at some point. We didn't get to it at some point. That's it. I loved this movie. We'll get to it when we get to, like, our Letterboxd reviews and stuff. But I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. I got to experience both Austin's home and Alien for the first time in one sitting, which was...
It was really a
It
great...
was an eventful afternoon.
It was a
Yeah.
new level in the friendship, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that I was able to expose two of my best friends to one of my favorite, like a top 5 all-time movie for me at 2 different points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really loved it. I mean, it's one of those films, and I think like, this is kind of a flash forward to my Letterboxd, but like, it's one of those movies where like you see it, like you know it exists really heavily in its both in what it is in terms of its cult following, but also
Its
in terms of
reputation precedes it.
Right, exactly. You watch it and you're like, oh yeah, classics are classics for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I because of the nature of this podcast and the fact that I am by far the most novice person here, in terms of my horror movie education, it's very rare that I get to be the one to like help show Jeremy like a horror movie, and it's happened twice on this podcast with big heavy hitters. The first one was Jaws, and then this one.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I was so like both times just so excited, like
Yeah.
There's another one
Generally,
coming in a couple months, too.
There is, yeah. Generally
I believe
speaking,
you. I don't remember what it is.
It's
but...
one of the biggest movies of all time. Not to show our hand a bit too much, but you guys won't remember by the time that one comes out. Like I said,
yeah.
that's a while from now.
Generally speaking, it's either Anneliese, either we both haven't seen it or she hasn't seen it. It's very
Right.
rare that she's seen it and I haven't.
Right.
I think the rarest is the one Austin hasn't seen.
Well, that is by far the rarest.
And it
but
happened.
It does happen, but it's
It happened
very
kind of
fun.
recently.
Pan's
yeah.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Which
that
is
was
the
it.
one you would never expect Austin wouldn't have seen.
Right, like Guillermo del Toro's like one of your guys.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna put us on the
Yes.
spot because I don't think we've done this in the podcast, and you'll have to forgive me if we have. If we did, I think it was like our intro episode.
Okay.
But because I believe this is in 2 of our lists out of the 3 of us, I want us to do a quick 2026, as it stands right now, top 3 favorite horror movies.
Top 3?
Top 3.
Only 3?
Only 3.
And you said, I'm sorry, you said as of 2026. As in, like
Right now.
not that I've watched in 2026.
No.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Of all time,
Yes.
but like as it stands right now.
Can we
What
at
about
least
top
do
5?
4? Oh.
We can do 5.
We could do 5. Okay.
Let's
Top
make it
5's
5.
good.
Okay.
I was going to say 4 to make like a Letterboxd horror 4. Or
Okay.
like a Mount Rushmore, a Mount Horror more.
Do you want to do that?
No, I want to do 5 now.
Okay, let's do 5.
Do you want me to do what I have on my list? Or can I just, fuck it, we ball make it up on the spot?
You can just fuck it, we ball.
Alright, that's what I'm going to do. Am I going first?
You can go first if you want.
Neither of you guys want to go? I'll go first.
I can go first since I brought it up. I'll go first.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's probably most ready. Like,
I'm
yeah.
ready to do this. So all of mine, fun fact, officially, are now ones that we have seen.
Yes.
Okay.
Covered?
Covered.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
That we've covered on the podcast. So these are in no particular order. These change day to day, year to year, month to month, whatever. But these are my top 5. I think they're pretty consistent. I'm going to go with the most recent one on the list, and that is Sinners.
Oh, top 5.
I love
Hell yeah.
Sinners. It could change. We watch a lot of movies on this podcast. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But I loved Sinners.
Well, Sinners is also just that fucking good.
It's very fucking good. So I'm going to go Sinners.
Hell yeah.
Scream.
Classic.
I love Scream. All of the other ones are kind of classic. So kind of basic. But that's okay.
They're-
I think
they're-
they're basic for a reason.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's just what I'm going to say. Jaws.
Hell yeah.
Alien.
Hell yeah.
And I know this is one you are not going to agree with, but that's okay. The Shining.
Well, I was waiting for you to say that one. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, if you're not gonna say it, then a lot of things have changed.
Yeah, no, The Shining is still probably my favorite. But yeah, all 5 of those kind of fluctuate.
I'm
into the
surprised
top
Jennifer's
spot.
Body or Lisa Frankenstein did not make.
They're
the
like right
top
under.
5.
Little
They're top
Shop
10.
is also top
Ooh.
10.
And we haven't covered Jennifer's Body yet.
Yeah.
but
There's a couple other ones that are like right under there that I'm like, oh.
you could easily
Like-
make a top 20.
Crimson Peak is
Ooh.
also really up there for me.
Crimson Peak, more like Crimson Peak.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
All right. So number 5 for me is a movie that I didn't expect to. It's not even that I didn't expect to like it. It was just in a month I didn't expect to enjoy. Train to Busan is number 5.
Of all time.
I love
yeah.
zombie movies, and it replaced 2004 Dawn of the Dead for me.
That is another one that I was really excited to show Jeremy, so I'm so glad you
loved
liked it.
that movie.
Yeah, you didn't like it. You loved it.
It's so good. I loved it.
Instant top. Okay,
yeah. Yep.
I'm
Number 4. This is where 4 and 3 are where I struggle because I know what my top 2 are.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, number 4, I'm going to say is Halloween.
Okay.
The John Carpenter one?
John Carpenter's.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the OG. Okay.
I'm just making sure, but
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Number 3 is another John Carpenter movie.
I know.
Here's the thing.
Boom, boom.
That movie was shown to me, I had seen Halloween before. This one was a first-time watch for the podcast, and I really fucking liked it.
And it got you.
It did. It did get me. I really, really liked it. That is my third favorite. Number 2 and number 1. Number 2 is the first on this list that we have not talked about on the podcast. You guys are more intimately aware of the recording schedule than I am. I am sure it's on there somewhere in the next few years.
Yeah, real.
Number 2 for me is pretty easy. The Conjuring.
Ooh.
I love The Conjuring.
I did know that.
I love that movie. I think it's so good. I kind of got disconnected from the larger universe that they created. I watched the first few. I saw The Conjuring. I saw The Conjuring 2. I saw Annabelle. I
still haven't seen the new one.
I saw The Nun. I saw a lot of them, but the OG Conjuring from I don't remember what year that movie came out. 2013. That was one of the first horror movies I went and saw by myself. Not by myself, but with friends of my own age, not with my parents, not with my family.
Right.
I love that movie. And number 1, Scream. Love that movie.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Austin, you ready?
Yep, I am gonna go with. I'm changing it up a little bit that I have on a list, but
Crazy.
I'm changing it up. I am going to make a declaration what's the word? Not declaration. What's the word I'm looking for? Not disqualification, but
An exemption?
Yeah, kinda. I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but I'm disqualifying Jurassic Park.
As you always do.
Jurassic Park's a horror movie, but it's always gonna be number 1, and it's so many genres. That's just my favorite movie of all time. I want the list to be a little more diverse.
By the way, I went pure horror. Jurassic Park was very close to making my top 5. I kind of, for the same reason, was there's too many genres happening.
And
so
I get if it's not. I think it's horror, but it's not pure horror.
Mm-hmm.
People don't consider it for October times. I do because it's my birthday. I like to watch it on my birthday. But Jurassic Park, I don't consider for this list. It's just OP. I'm gonna just kind of say some honorable mentions before I say my top 5, just so people know my tastes. American Werewolf in London, The Omen, Nope, Predator, The Thing, Scream. Those usually find their way into the top 5. They are rotated out right now. Here is my top 5. Number 5, I'm going to say Christine, which we have not covered yet. It's my favorite John Carpenter movie. It's my favorite Stephen King adaptation. I love that movie. My number 4, I'm going to say A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Usually Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street trade places with each other. It just depends on my mood. Right now, I'm in a nightmare mood.
Okay.
So, Wes Craven's probably always going to be represented in my top 5.
Somewhere, yeah.
My number 3 is Candyman. which we have covered. I love that movie so much. I think it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Todd, just one of the great horror performances. I think that movie's marvelous. Number 2 is Jaws. Big shark.
Big Shark.
Enough said. And we talked about Jaws at length.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we covered Nightmare, we covered Candyman, and we covered Jaws. And my number 1, like I said earlier, is Alien.
Yeah.
So
Can I throw one honorable mention out there that I feel like I need to talk about?
yeah, I threw out like 17.
I was gonna say I also have another one. So
So honorable mention because it became, outside of what I consider to be a non-horror adaptation,
Sure.
it became my favorite Stephen King adaptation after we watched it for this podcast. Dr. Sleep is very close to being in my top 5. I loved that movie.
Oh, I didn't realize how much you loved
I
it.
really, really love that movie.
Did it grow on you since we talked about it?
It grew on me since we talked about it, but not just that. I loved it when we watched it.
Okay.
I was gonna say I had more critiques about it. Than
Maybe
you
that's
did.
what
I loved it when we watched it. But it's one of those ones that has stuck with me. Like, I still think, like, randomly will think about, like, those scenes in The Overlook.
Yeah.
Like, at the end, like the third act of the movie. I'm like, ooh, what a good movie.
Well, hi there.
I really enjoyed it.
I love
That
Dr.
is
Sleep.
that is to me that is very close to being in my top 5.
Hell
We should
yeah.
do every time we do, I always think about how, like, I'm like, we should do a Stephen King month, but it's impossible because he fits into his adaptations fit into every other month we could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they have. We've
And
covered
they
a
have.
bunch
We've
of
covered
Stephen King
so much.
adaptations so
We've technically, I think we've covered more Stephen King than any other individual on this podcast.
We have.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even
So,
have to
like,
look at it, and I know we have.
right. So,
Because we just did Cujo
right.
last month, and then 2 months before was
We would have to do, like,
Doctor Sleep, and then
yeah.
It Chapter 1 and 2 was in April.
Yep.
We did The Shining and Misery in January.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies
Yeah. Right.
just this year.
Yeah.
Because we also did Pet Cemetery. We also
Yup.
did Carrie.
Yeah. I mean, like, Stephen King is so pervasive in the horror genre. I mean, that's not a hot take.
And
that's
there's
not, like,
still
news,
so much
but
more Stephen King.
That's
to
why I'm
cover.
saying you can't even really do a month. It's not really
Right.
possible.
to boil it down to 4.
Yeah.
And we could cover a bunch more Stephen King. Still have enough to do a month if we want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
The Stephen King movies we haven't got to yet month.
Yeah.
Annalisa, you had a honorable mention?
Yeah, this is a recent ad, but Mothra v Godzilla.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I love that movie.
I like that.
That's my favorite Godzilla movie.
I really
It's my
loved
favorite
that
of the
movie.
ones we've watched, I think.
It's
Or no,
so
I rated
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah higher.
Ghidorah was fun.
But Ghidorah had Mothra.
Also,
That's true. She's there.
if
Maybe.
you guys don't know why we're just talking Godzilla randomly, you can give us $3 a month and subscribe to our Patreon, where every 2 months you get a new episode of the Godzilla Project, where I show Annalisa and Jeremy a new Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
The last one was Ghidorah. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Okay, so let's move on to some historical context for the Alien film.
The Alien film.
The Alien film.
Alien.
So there is a lot that I know and don't know, but it all kind of boils down to there's a lot of history for this one, and like some of it I don't really know a lot about.
Mhm.
But Ridley Scott is a director, and this I believe was his second movie. I believe the first was his feature film as a director. I believe the first was The Duelists,
Mm-hmm.
which was based on The Duel by Joseph Conrad. And he was going to do...
It's one of his earlier ones for sure.
That one is his first, for sure. I think the second one is Alien.
Mm-hmm.
But he was going to do a version of Tristan and Isolde, which is kind of the precursor to Romeo and Juliet. But then he saw Star Wars. And so he decided he wanted to do a big, large-scale, effects-driven film. So he created Alien. He made the decision to switch the main character to a woman. That was his decision.
We got to go a little bit back because he didn't create Alien.
No, he did not create it. However, he is the one who switched the character from a male action hero to the woman.
Right.
Dan O'Bannon created.
Yeah, I want to make sure
Alien.
Dan O'Bannon gets his flowers.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I was just gonna go one person at a time.
Oh, I gotcha. I just heard the created Alien. I'm like, whoa, stop.
Yeah, no. So,
not to discredit Ridley Scott either. Like, he's so essential to this movie.
Right. So that's kind of how Ridley Scott got attached to the project. But before then, Dan O'Bannon, who is a screenwriter, decided to kind of start the screenplay. So he made first a science fiction comedy film called Dark Star with John Carpenter.
Yep.
Which is considered the spaced out Odyssey. And it featured this alien that was like played for comedic effect, and it really left O'Bannon with the desire to do an alien that looked real. So he started working on a similar story, but it's more horror. And so that is kind of what they started with. He had pages of a script that was called something else, but ended up being the opening scenes of Alien. It all kind of like haphazardly started to come together.
Yeah.
He took a break to work on an adaptation of Dune that fell through and then came back, but eventually, he finished the plot.
Yeah.
He is very similar to you in terms of his writing, which makes me laugh.
What do you mean?
He has a quote that says, "I didn't steal Alien from anybody. I stole it from everybody." And he talks about how he drew inspiration from a lot of different works of science fiction that came before him, but how it was, how it came to be. The big thing that O'Bannon did that was unique and kind of made everybody compelled to make this movie is he was very focused on, okay, the alien has to get onto the ship, and he has to get on, or they have to get onto the ship in an interesting way, in a way that is compelling, in a way that makes the audience be like, oh shit, I need to see what's next. And so, yeah. And then O'Bannon
he figured it out.
O'Bannon presented his script to several studios. And how did he pitch it, Austin?
The story goes that he pitched it very simply. Jaws in space.
And eventually 20th Century Fox greenlit Alien.
Yeah, they were like, Jaws in space. We like money.
We do like money. And that's when Ridley Scott signed on to the project.
If I remember correctly, the studios were a bit hesitant with that script because at the time, space movies weren't really doing nothing, not since Space Odyssey was like a fluke, right? And then Star Wars came out, and everyone's like, oh shit, we need a space movie.
Yes.
And 20th Century had Alien, and not to jump all over the place, but that's what I'm about to do.
Great.
Another huge influence Ridley Scott had for Alien, and he has said this multiple times, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
He wanted to make something just brutal and nasty and unrelenting. And then he did.
Yes. It's really interesting because he had storyboards designed for the spaceship and the spacesuits, and he drew on 2001: A Space Odyssey and Star Wars, but he very much, like you said, was like, this film is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of science fiction. We are emphasizing the horror here, not the fantasy. The way that 2001 and Star Wars did.
And the way that it's shot, you can tell that because there's a lot of very uncomfortable close-ups, not just on the monster, but on just the people, and not in just the horror scenes, but just like normal, like bullshitting about the company scenes. Like,
yes,
it's a very sweaty movie. It's not grimy, but it's like, it's got a unique texture to it.
Yes.
Equivalent almost to Star Wars.
And I want to talk about the casting, because the
Yes.
casting was kind of a struggle, because when you only have 7 parts to fill, that you really have to choose your ensemble cast carefully, right? I
Mhm.
mean, you have to choose an ensemble cast carefully anyway, but the whole film is only 7 people in a room, basically. And they developed all of the characters, and O'Bannon was really focused on writing the alien, and then kind of the other characters were secondary. So they really had a lot to work with, but they needed to sort of have a cast that would play well with each other. And all of the roles were written very generically on purpose. There was a note in the script that literally explicitly states, like, the crew is unisex, all parts are interchangeable for men or women, so any character can be anything. But Ripley was supposed to be a man,
Mhm.
and then eventually was changed to a woman.
Right.
They really wanted the cast to resemble, like, working class people in a realistic environment. They were described as truckers in space,
Yep.
which was inspired by Star Wars, because Star Wars was kind of the first sci-fi or space, whatever you want to call it, space movie to deviate from, like, this very, like, pristine, super, like, put together future.
Right. Like the chrome,
Yes,
Flash
exactly.
Gordon, just super shiny. Even Star Trek had this aesthetic too. Like the Enterprise is a beautiful, elegant, clean ship.
Yes. And
The Millennium Falcon's like your 2002 Mercury Sable.
And Roger Ebert has a quote that I think really kind of explains what they were going for and what they succeeded in. He's an American film critic, and he said, "None of them were particularly young. Tom Skerritt, the captain, was 46. Hurt was 39, but looked older. Holm was 48. Harry Dean Stanton was 53. Yaphet Kotto was 42. And only Veronica Cartwright at 30 and Weaver at 28 were in the age range of the usual thriller cast. Many recent action pictures have improbably young actors cast as key roles or sidekicks, but by skewing older, Alien achieves a certain texture without even making a point of it. These are not adventurers, but workers, hired by a company to return 20 million tons of ore to Earth, which is their original mission." And I think that's, like, what makes this movie, to me at least, feel like a movie. No. Feel like
It's a movie that feels like a movie.
Feel realistic in what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
These characters are supposed to be just workers for this company. This is the way that the world is now. It's not intrepid voyagers going to explore the fucking uncharted perils of space. This is routine job that they are on.
And another aspect to this casting that really, like, nails your point on the head is, like, yes, these are older actors, but they're experienced actors.
Yes.
Not your band of 20-year-olds, their second or third movie, Friday the 13th, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
You don't know he's Kevin Bacon yet, you know?
Right.
This movie, like, Tom Skerritt, Yaphet Kotto, Harry Dean Stanton, John Hurt, Ian Holm, they've all been acting for a long time.
Yes.
They know what they're doing. Veronica Cartwright's younger than them, but she's been acting just as long. She's like a child in The Birds.
Right.
And she's the main child in The Birds.
Right. Really, Sigourney Weaver was the only one who was kind of a quote-unquote fresh face, and even she was late 20s, not,
And I think it's one of her first, if not her first film credit, but she had been working in the theater.
Right, yeah.
For a long time as well. And then, but at this point, everyone but Sigourney Weaver were, like, established character actors.
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver blew up and became a superstar.
Right. Well, and what I think, I think what's important about this cast and what makes them compelling is, like I said, it feels like they're just signing on for another day at work.
Right.
And they're very obvious, like they're coworkers and they're having, coworker banter and all this kind of stuff. And it feels
Quit
very
your
routine.
griping. I like griping.
Exactly. And
when Parker is just like always, we got to discuss the bonus situation.
yeah.
Jeremy texts me that every single day.
Yeah, I know.
And I have to text him, I don't pay you.
Yeah, I don't know where he thinks he's getting paid from. We need to have a meeting about that off mic.
In fact, he owes me money.
Yeah.
That's not true, but I could use it.
He owes me money too, so.
That might be true.
I'm a head out.
All right. Well, this has been Would You Die? No, I'm just kidding. But
We need to talk about the bonus situation.
on a serious note, this is important because it makes the deviation from the plan all the more sinister.
Right.
It doesn't make sense that they would do this. I mean, it does because it's in their contract and they technically have to, but the pushback is because they're like, no, I want to do my job and go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep going.
It's like if you're a trucker going from, I don't know, LA to Houston, but then they're making you go to Boise
Right.
to get attacked by a tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's
Yes. So let's talk about the casting. Tom Skerritt is Dallas. He had been approached very early in the film's development, but he was like, there's no director. It has a very low budget. I'm too good for this, kind of. He didn't say that, I'm sure, but that's...
But also, when you're an actor, you reach a certain point, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
but then when Ridley Scott was signed on and the budget had been doubled, Skerritt was like, yeah, no, I'll take the role.
I mean, I don't blame him. Like,
yes. Sigourney Weaver.
before you move on,
Yes.
there's another actor who he was offered the Dallas part and he turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because he was in the biggest space movie of all time and didn't want to do another one that quickly. Harrison Ford.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't realize that, but that is funny.
I heard that on a podcast today.
Good.
So if that's not correct information, blame Freddie Prinze Jr. and John Lee Brody because I listened to their podcast on Alien today.
Well, yeah, that's their fault. Sigourney Weaver was obviously cast as Ripley, who's the warrant officer. Other people considered for the role, Meryl Streep.
Yes, they
Helen
said that.
Mirren also auditioned. And Weaver had a lot of Broadway experience, but was not really known in film. She was the last actor to be cast for the film, and she performed most of her screen tests like in studio on the sets because they were already being built. So yeah, obviously ended up being the breakout star from this one.
And apparently
yeah.
they had casted Veronica Cartwright as Ripley as a backup plan
I see.
in case Weaver declined the offer.
Okay. Yes. Okay, yeah. Veronica Cartwright was Lambert, who was the Nostromo's navigator. She has experience in horror and science fiction. She was acting in as a child in The Birds, and then was also in Invasion of the Body Snatchers the year before.
Which is another pillar of the science fiction horror genre. I think more science fiction, but no, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a classic. It's so good.
She did read for the role of Ripley. She was not informed that she had been cast as Lambert until she arrived in London for wardrobe.
Right.
She didn't really like the character's emotional weakness, but she accepted the role after Ridley Scott told her that she is the audience fears. She is the reflection of what the audience is feeling, which I think is true in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. Like, I see people kind of, like, gripe about Lambert. Just like, she's too whiny, blah, blah. And it's like,
she is who we all would be, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's the most realistic one.
Harry Dean Stanton is Brett, who's the engineering technician. Stanton's first words to Scott during his audition were, "I don't like sci-fi or monster movies." And Scott really loved that, so he convinced him to take the role. After reassuring him that Alien would be more like a thriller.
It might be Harry Dean Stanton's like most famous role, but like you couldn't throw a rock into a lake in the 80s without hitting a movie star like that had Harry Dean Stanton. He was in so many movies in the 80s. If you don't know who Harry Dean Stanton is, yes you do.
Yeah, you do. John Hurt is Kane, who's the executive officer. He was Ridley Scott's first choice for the role, but he was contracted on a film already, so John Finch was casted. However, Finch unfortunately had a really bad illness and was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Oh no.
So he obviously had to go take care of that. So at this point, John Hurt's South African project fell through, so he replaced him, and he won a BAFTA. Ian Holm is Ash, who is the ship's science officer, who's also an android.
Spoilers. Actually, we got to talk about John Hurt
Yeah,
more.
that's fair.
You know who he is.
Yeah, he's everybody.
He, dear listener, in case you don't know, do you like the Harry Potter movies? Because he's Ollivander, the guy with the wands.
That is true.
Do you like Indiana Jones? Well, you might not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I do. Fuck you.
But he's in it.
He plays the professor who goes crazy by the Crystal Skull, and then he's not at the end because the Crystal Skull got returned to its body. Maybe I don't like saying the plot of that movie out loud. Anyways,
he's in V for Vendetta
a very important role
as a white supremacist.
Yeah, he's like the main bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Yes.
He is in
Snowpiercer.
He's in Merlin. He was a Doctor Who.
We just talked about Merlin for some reason.
Yeah, why did we talk about Merlin?
Oh, Sam Neill.
Oh, rip. Okay, well, anyway.
But yeah,
Yes.
John Hurt is in so much stuff. He's in Spaceballs.
Yes.
The aforementioned big reference to Alien and Spaceballs. John Hurt reprises his role.
As, spoiler alert, guy who gets alien through chest.
Yep.
But yeah, so John Hurt, very prolific man.
Mm-hmm. Wide range of roles.
Yes, for sure.
Up next, Ian Holm.
Ian Holm,
who was in the other huge, big fantasy epic franchise.
Right, he
The
is,
better
in
one.
fact, Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
And he is Ash, who is the droid who fucks everybody's shit up.
I wasn't looking for that droid.
Yaphet Kotto, who was offered the role fresh off of his success as the villain in Live and Let Die, the James Bond film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in that.
And he really, really wanted to be cast in this movie. He has not said or did not say before he passed what the role was, but he has said that he rejected a very lucrative film offer just with the hope of being cast in this movie, and he was offered a script. So, and then he did. Yes. We should probably also talk about Balaji Badejo.
Yes. The one name we have not mentioned yet.
Yes.
Because you don't really see him.
Yes.
But you see the xenomorph.
He is the xenomorph. He is a Nigerian actor. He was born in Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
He is 6'10", and he was discovered in a pub by the casting team, and he was chosen to play the part due to his height and his legs. He was described as very mild-mannered and kind of withdrawn, very shy on set, but yeah, definitely a very, very iconic part. Unfortunately, he did pass away very young. Alien is his sole film credit. He wasn't really an actor. He came to do this film, and then he went back to Nigeria and ran his own art gallery until he died of sickle cell disease at 39. But yeah, just a
This is why you guys gotta be drinking, because if you go to the pub, someone could see you and be like, hey, I want to put you in the movies.
Yeah.
Also helps if you're like 6'10" and they're gonna put you in a monster suit, but hey, in the movies.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he obviously has portrayed such a wonderful, like an iconic alien. And then last but not least, Helen Horton was the voice of Mother, who is the Nostromo's computer. She's mostly a theater actor, although she did do some filmography. But yeah, she was the ship's computer. So, and that's the cast.
We did it.
We did it. All right, see you next week. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's talk about this fucking movie, shall we?
We haven't been?
No.
Oh. Ellen.
God, where did I even start? So,
in West Philadelphia, born and raised, the xenomorph came and...
So something that I really like about this movie.
Thank you.
As you guys know, I love an enclosed space movie. We've talked about it several times before.
Enclosed space or outer space?
So this is a very enclosed space movie because it mostly takes place, with the exception of like the one scene on the planet,
right,
in the Nostromo. And one thing that I love about this movie is how quiet it is.
Mm-hmm.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
That's the tagline of the movie.
It is the tagline of the movie, which is really funny because I didn't know that until like kind of recently.
I thought you were about to say that until right now, actually.
No, I've heard that before. I had heard that before, but like I didn't know that was the tagline of the movie until like
tagline.
Relatively recently. It is a really perfect tagline. It
gets parodied a bunch.
Yes. I think it might be one of the best taglines of a film, actually.
Definitely.
But it's so quiet. To begin with, like the entire Nostromo is silent. And then the computer starts. And one of my favorite shots is like the emergency helmet and just the projections on the emergency helmet. I don't know what visual effect that is, but I like it.
I saw this in theaters multiple times, twice.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it in theaters twice, but the first time I saw it in theaters was 2019. My mom and I went for the 20th anniversary. 40th anniversary, I mean. For the 40th anniversary. And I had never seen it in theaters at that point. And that happens, and I'd fucking jump out of my seat. I'm like, oh my God, we're barely 3 minutes in, I'm already. And it's a movie I know quite well. But I've always, up until that point, I've only seen it on the small screen. So I, wasn't prepared for the loud. And it was loud.
Yeah, that's super fair. I guess I never thought about it. But the stark contrast is so good. And it makes it, I just love it. And
the silences are like quieter when the louds are louder, like it's a very dynamic film in the audioscape.
I think one of the things that I really love about the stuff I was talking about earlier with the like fact that they feel just like truckers in space, like we've been talking about, is they all get woken up, and the first thing they do not check, hey, where are we, how far do we have to home. They do not check anything else. They are like, I am hungry, we're gonna eat.
Yep.
So they go eat, and then the captain goes and is like, hey, bad news, we are not close to home, something's happening. And so they go and investigate, and the planet leaves us with more questions than answers. There is the guy who, I don't remember what his name is, but he's a guy.
He's in Prometheus, kinda.
Right, but what was his name in Prometheus?
Billy?
What?
The engineer.
Yes, I meant like, what do they call like the guy?
Billy?
In this movie.
I don't think they call him anything.
The big creature guy.
I think like fans have given him the unofficial name of like the Elephant Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking about.
Or maybe I just made that up because he looks like an elephant man.
Okay, well, that's helpful. Anyway.
He's the space jockey.
Thank you.
They call him the space
That
jockey.
That is the word I was looking for.
They don't say it in the movie.
No,
but
they
that's
don't.
like,
But I wanted to be clear for our audience on who
so
the
they
fuck this
can.
guy is.
Yeah, don't look up the Elephant Man. You're just gonna get an excellent David Lynch movie.
That makes sense. Yes. So he's just this fossilized creature. We're not really given many answers about him, which is fine. We don't need any. But
That's
meanwhile,
what
they're
Prometheus is for.
right. They're deciphering the transmission. Ripley is determining this. It's a warning, not an SOS. However, unfortunately, it is too late. So when they get, this is not a summary podcast, so I'm not trying to go through like all of the entire movie. We're not a plot by plot recap podcast, but
News to me.
well, when we had our meeting at first, that was the first thing that you said to me was, I don't want this to be a summary podcast.
That is true.
But
God forbid a lad makes a joke.
but so I want to talk about Kane getting back onto the ship.
Yeah.
He has been attached
By a face hugger.
A face hugger.
Also known as
A face hugger.
big nasties.
Sure. That's what they're called. What do we think of this character design?
The face hugger?
Yes.
It's scary.
I hate him so much.
And they hug your face.
Yes.
And I say no thank you.
Yes.
Because they're like crab spiders with tails.
Yeah. They're so fun. And like they have acid blood that seeps through the floor. They have a tail that will wrap around your neck while they are holding onto your face. So if anybody tries to detach them from your face, they will hold on and kill you. It's a whole thing. Should we talk about the life cycle? Should we just go through the whole life cycle?
Nah.
Okay.
Because it gets expanded.
That's fair.
But in this movie, face hugger.
I mean, it's basically just egg, face hugger, chest burster,
Alan.
xenomorph. Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love how, like, every step of the life form is a very different looking step, though.
Yeah.
Even, like, the chest burster very obviously resembles most the alien in its full xenomorph form, but it's still just its own little guy.
Right.
And I think that's so cool because I feel like most of the time when you watch like alien movies, the alien just looks like an alien. Like there's one form of the alien and you see the alien and that's the alien.
This is one that has a very unique and not complicated, but like expansive life cycle.
Well, and especially because it's a parasitic creature.
Right.
Parasitic creatures do that. Like parasitic creatures here on Earth look different in every form of their cycle.
And Pokemon.
Yeah, that too.
Think about it. The baby phase is the face hugger. And
Yeah.
then the middle evolution's the chest burster.
Uh-huh.
And then the evolution is, the final evolution's a xenomorph. And then the
Okay.
mega evolution comes in the next week's episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway. So then we get a list of varying badassery, like characters and moments.
Wow.
We obviously have Ripley.
Yeah, buddy.
My personal favorite for one-liners is Yaphet Kotto's Parker. I think he's very funny. You know who we haven't talked about yet? The greatest part of the crew.
Jonesy?
Jonesy.
We haven't talked about Jonesy.
We haven't talked about Jonesy. He's on my wall.
He is on your wall. Who got you that painting?
It was you.
Yeah, but I like when you tell the audience when I do good shit.
Austin has almost single-handedly supplied our gallery wall. He does good things.
Don't you forget. Also, it's a really cool art print by Adam's Art Box.
Yes. Who we love in this house.
Yes. Look him up on Instagram.
You should. Absolutely. Okay, so what else do we need to talk about before we move on to like cultural impact?
Well, cultural impact's so big. I want to talk.
That's the thing. I know we're going to sit there for a while.
No, this is Alien.
I don't even know what's wrong with me, man. I don't like that you're giggling over there.
She's not talking to producer Jeremy. She's talking to you, the listener.
You too, yeah. No, I would never alienate our listeners. Hey! We in. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Jeremy, what do you think of this movie?
Of Alien?
Yeah.
I thought we did this already. It good.
It ain't.
Alright. Okay, so anything else before we talk about our...
Well, I kind of mentioned it a little earlier. I just want to say again, like, how good the cinematography is and the production design and just, like, the creature design by H.R. Geiger.
It's a gorgeous movie.
It's gorgeous in every single... And it's gorgeous and it's just very... It's edited, like, just... I think it's a amazingly edited film. Mm-hmm. It has an unrelenting... It's a slower pace, but it's unrelenting.
Yes.
And I gotta, like... I'm not trying to pit queens against each other, but, like, with Aliens, that's a faster-paced movie, and I think it drags at times. Mm-hmm. Alien, this first one does not miss a beat. It's engaging the entire time. And once the chest burster, like, oh my God, it just does not miss a beat. I think it's superbly edited. I think it's shot amazingly. It's just a perfect film I love it.
Yeah.
Cultural impact?
Cultural impact, because boy, is there a bunch. I mean...
I think a couple people saw it when it came out.
I think a couple people saw it. I think it's really important to note that filmmaker Austin Torres has cited Alien as a major inspiration for him.
Like earlier this episode.
Like today, right now. No. So, release-wise, I mean, just immediate cultural impact. It was, unfortunately, got kind of off to a rocky start. Mm-hmm. The first screening of Alien had sound quality issues, and everyone thought it was part of the movie.
Right.
Which was not great. However, it eventually had its midnight screening at the Seattle International Film Festival, and people lined up for blocks to see this film. There was a screening in Dallas where editor Terry Rawlings said it was the most incredible preview I've ever been in. I mean, people were screaming and running out of the theater.
Yeah, this movie's scary.
Yeah, it's a terrifying movie.
Can we like tangent real quick? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine seeing Alien in 1979?
I could not, because here's the thing.
No, this is Alien.
So here's Alien. I think generally modern audiences in 2026 are really desensitized to horror.
Yes.
In a way that is not healthy, but that's for a different conversation. My point being.
What do you mean?
My point being, seeing this on fucking Saturday, yeah, I was like, dang, that's scary. If I saw this on a random day in 1979, I'd be like, we need to stop space exploration.
We need to stop movies.
We need to stop doing all of it.
They're done. And
Yep.
you had seen Alien Romulus.
Yes.
So you knew what what Alien looks like. And, you know,
Yep.
Spaceballs, and
Yeah.
you are a man of society. You are a
Right.
member of, like, you understand pop culture. And it still was scary to you.
Yeah.
I think the other thing to remember is, like, you're coming 2 years after Star Wars.
Right.
And people are itching for a new space movie, which means there are probably a unsignificant portion of the populace who was like, I fucking love Star Wars. I'm going to go see Alien.
They weren't ready.
Not the same fucking thing. Different movies, for sure.
I'll have to send it to you guys next time I see it, but there's a reel that goes around every so often of, like, audience reactions from 1979 walking out of Alien, and there's, like, a dad and his son, and, like, did you get what movies did you get, what movie did you guys just see? And they're like, Alien, how was it? And he's like, you know, it was pretty scary. And the dad's like, I think I messed up.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's so funny. One thing that I thought was very funny is a lot of the critics said that the final form of the alien, the xenomorph's final form, was the least scary of its forms. I wanted your take on that. Do you agree? Do you think that the face hugger and the chest burster are scarier than the xenomorph?
I think the face huggers are because they're spider-like, and I'm arachnophobic.
Fair.
I think the face hugger is the scariest. I think with the xenomorph, there's an element of cool that comes into play.
Fair.
Because I think it does look very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with, like, the sequels, the more you see of the xenomorph, the less scary it becomes. I think people think the chest burster is scary because, I mean, anything bursting out of your chest is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could be, I don't know, Ralph Macchio, and if he burst out of my chest, I'd be fucking scared.
Yeah.
And that's the Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Gizmo. But that being said, I think the xenomorph is still scary. Especially in this first movie. The scene where it kills Lambert and Parker.
Okay.
Or when you see it for the first time and it kills Brett. I think those are very scary scenes.
Okay. Jeremy had a really interesting take on this when we watched it on Saturday. Do you want to talk about your lack of visual on the alien and how you felt like it contributed?
Yeah, I feel like this movie does a really good job of hiding the monster in a way where you catch glimpses of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You very rarely get a head-on shot for more than like a half a second before the camera moves.
I don't think you get any full body shots.
And I don't think you do in this one. I think because I am 30 in the year 2026, I had seen xenomorphs.
Yeah, you had seen Alien Romulus and
I'd seen
played
Romulus,
Isolation.
And just beyond that, I mean, like Family Guy, The Simpsons,
Right.
like these shows all like xenomorphs are pervasive. They obviously are the main antagonists of the Alien franchise, but they also are like pop culture icons.
Exactly.
So when
like if you haven't seen Star Wars, you know who R2-D2 is.
Mm-hmm. I felt like having having more of a visual on them makes them less scary.
Right.
And I think because I knew what they looked like going into this movie, I was less scared than if I would have seen this with no prior knowledge.
Sure.
However, that being said, I think that this movie does a wonderful job of hiding the monster. I mean, like it in a way that makes it you never know where it's gonna be because it's always kind of lurking in the dark. Right, where I feel like later iteration, and we'll talk about this as we kind of make our way through the month. Yeah. I think later iterations of the film franchise are, while I'm not even arguing that they're bad movies. I feel like they are less inherently scary. They don't keep me as on guard as this movie did.
And that tends to be the case with pretty much every horror franchise.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe the Evil Dead. That one gets scarier.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, a perfect example of what I'm talking about is, and I don't want to get too into the weeds because I'm
Sure.
I don't know if we'll ever talk about it. I'm sure we will. The movie Insidious, I think, is a great example of this.
Right.
Where when, like, the minute I see Darth Maul, I'm like, oh, I'm not scared anymore. Like, genuinely. Like, the unknownness of him is what makes him frightening. You know what makes Michael Myers scary? I don't know what he fucking looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then 12 movies later, he's not as scary.
Exactly.
But with Alien, I think it's interesting because you never get a good look at the creature. Never.
Right.
And the best looks you have are extreme close-ups of its teeth. And that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think it's done so well. And I think Ridley Scott does such a great job with it because, like we talked about it earlier, Jaws in space. Well, what makes Jaws scary? It's a shark. We've all been taught to fear them in the water, right? And that movie solidified that fear. With this, aliens can look like whatever we want them to look like in our media, right? So, giving us only a glimpse and a shot here and there and here and there, I think does such a good job of making you, the viewer, because you're like, I don't even know what this thing can do.
Right.
Right? Like, I know it bleeds acid, and I know it's got a mouth inside a mouth.
Yeah.
And that's
I can
it.
see its teeth, and I can see its teeth.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and if you look at, like, action figures of the xenomorph, or, you get a statue, for the first movie, the kind of dome, like, it has no eyes, really, but the dome is kind of a little transparent, and there's like a human skull in the xenomorph's face.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know to look for it, you never see it. And it's like a really cool, scary detail in that first movie.
One thing that I want to talk about while we're talking about cultural impact is the commentaries that the movie makes, because it makes quite a few. One is about capitalism.
Yeah.
The big twist of the movie is that the droid in the crew turns out there was never an SOS or a warning from anybody.
Right.
It was the droids and the ship's mission was to get a xenomorph back to the company.
Wayland Yutani.
And so it's a very, like, they wanted it for biological weapon purposes. And so, it is very much a movie about that.
Crew expendable.
Yes, crew expendable. There's also a lot of, and I want to tread delicately here, there's a lot of allegories to rape. This is a movie that Dan O'Bannon, who wrote the film, has said that the scene of the chestburster is a metaphor for the male fear of penetration.
Right.
And same with the oral invasion of Cain.
It's also a male birth.
But also a male birth, yes. The xenomorph has a dickhead. That's also...
And the facehuggers are vaginas with spider legs.
Correct. Like, there is a lot of... It specifically plays on men's fear and misunderstanding of pregnancy, childbirth.
There is a children's book based off of Alien.
I do know that.
Speaking of cultural impact.
But these are all part of it, and it's why it is more impactful that Ridley Scott is a woman. And I find it shocking that she wasn't always not Ridley Scott.
You
Sorry.
meant to say Ellen Ripley.
I meant to say Ellen Ripley. Ridley.
Oh.
Ripley. I got confused.
I was like, I think Ridley might disagree
He's
with
not.
that one.
Sorry, not trying to put trans allegations on Ridley Scott. My bad. On Ellen Ripley being a woman, and it surprises me that she wasn't always meant to be, because to me, it makes sense that the sole survivor would be a woman.
And I don't think Lambert, that character, was supposed to be a woman either.
No, and it was very much like we'll just cast who we can cast. It was very much not like one or the other, but yes. And
I do think canonically Lambert is trans.
Oh, I didn't know
too. One of the bonus features or something like that.
Nice.
Made that, and it was like, hell yeah.
It's also about like parasitism and disease. I mean, like that is part of it, is that there's also the much more straightforward metaphor of the fact that it is a literal parasite. But
that kills you.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, the Geiger who created the xenomorph, H.R. Geiger.
His art is extremely sexual. It
is. And it's contextualized through works by Wyndham Lewis and Jacob Epstein, who are also particularly phallic artists, and in a way that I don't know how else to put that, but yes, it is very much rooted in the idea of the lack of consent and the invasion. Like alien invasion is like, you know, the worst space fear, right? That's like the thing, right? And so they take that to a very literal sense of not just invading the world that the humans live on, but their literal bodies and their own autonomy. And it is a recurring theme throughout this movie, but also the franchise, which we'll talk about later, that they're very sneaky and very good at getting what they want and being invasive. At the end of this movie, Ripley fully thinks that she is safe. She's about to get into the cryogenic chamber with Jonesy and ride it out back to whether it's Earth or the home base of the ship. But she finds the xenomorph in the escape pod that she's in, and the lifeboat, yeah. And so it's just this like metaphor for the fact that stuff like that follows you, and in her case, kind of forever. I mean, throughout like the rest of the franchise, we will explore that as well.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, we'll talk more on that point for sure. And yeah, Alien, the xenomorph is one of the greatest monsters put on celluloid. You know, it's just, it is. Alien is always at the top or near the top of like scariest movies ever made lists. And it's still, Alien Romulus just came out 2 years ago. Alien Earth came out last year. There's a new Alien Isolation game being made. There's just, the appetite for Alien has never gone away. And it's a film that I think is one of the most important horror films. So with that being said, are we ready for our alien litives?
I am ready for our Riplitives.
Our Nostromatives?
Nostromatives is good.
Our Jonesitives?
Jonesy-litives.
Superla-Jones? Z?
Yeah.
Our Xeno...
Morphlitives.
Our Xenolitives?
Xenolitives.
Superlamorph? Chestburstlitives?
Okay, let's get into it. Who would you save?
I would save Parker.
Damn it.
I could save someone else.
No, Parker's good. I will save Kane. I mean, he really just got the worst of it, right? Like, he has to deal with the whole, like, he gets a false happy ending, too. Like, he gets impregnated, and then they finally get the facehugger off, and they're like, great, we did it. and this is amazing and everything is wonderful and we're all having dinner and a happy time, and then he gets chest bursted.
But he doesn't have to deal with the rest of the shit.
I guess that's fair. I still wouldn't want to be him, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna save him. What is your favorite scare?
There's so many things I can put for this one.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, so I guess it's not a scare, so I won't say it, but I'll say it later. But my favorite scare, I think, is when you see the fully grown xenomorph
Mm-hmm.
for the first time. And if you're looking, he's hiding, like the scene where he kills Harry Dean Stanton's character, Brett,
Mm-hmm.
as he's looking for Jonesy.
Mm-hmm.
The xenomorph is hiding in like the raft, in the chains.
Yeah.
And you can see him in the establishing shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't know to look for that, you know.
This is like a recurring thing that I think it's more iconic in the first one because you don't know to look for it.
Right.
But like it's so fun to when you know that that's a thing that it can do, to like then go and look for it in like a bunch of scenes and all the
Right.
following movies, and yeah.
But then when it's just like Jonesy's about to join Brett and then he just backs up and Brett's like, and starts hissing, and Brett's like, what? And you see the xenomorph behind him, and oh, it's so good. But before I ask you what your favorite scare is, I'm going to say that my favorite moment, because it's not technically a scare, is when it kills Lambert and Parker. Because that's when the xenomorph gets like my favorite shot with the teeth, its teeth, and it's like goopy.
Mhm.
And cinema baby. What's your favorite scare?
Hug time.
It's the lead up to hug time is so scary.
I like hug time. Jeremy, do you like hug time?
Yeah, it's also my favorite scare. I didn't really feel like this movie got me that much, which is weird because I did find it really scary, and I don't know. It never made me really jump.
You
But-
also saw it at like 4 p.m. on a Saturday,
Right.
with your best friends,
Right, exactly.
holding a Snoopy.
Right, exactly.
I guess Anneliese was holding a Snoopy, but still.
But that was probably my favorite one.
I
feel
think
like,
you would have got if we saw it in the theater.
I think
feel
that's
like if
probably
we
true.
didn't know about the chest purser scene, that would probably be just like
Right.
what a great, because who the fuck would like that in 1979? Who the fuck was guessing that was gonna happen,
Exactly.
you know? I think that would have been, and that's kind of the unfortunate thing about it being such an iconic part of cinema, is like that's never gonna be a thing that gets most people.
There are
These
certain
days.
movies where people are like, hey, what would be a movie you wish you had seen in theaters when it first came out?
That's one.
Aliens one, Psycho is one,
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park is one.
There's a few that I just
But yeah, to be in one of those first audiences, like I feel like us, not just us three, but like a lot of our listeners too, we got to see Sinners
yeah
in theaters when it first came out, or like The Odyssey,
Yeah.
or Obsession. I think these are movies that are going to be remembered in cinema history.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy I got to see them. I see a lot of movies,
yeah
in theaters. So 10 years from now, which ones are remembered? And I think I would have seen most of them in theaters.
yeah mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alien. Yeah. What's our next eliminative?
Our next one is
Alienlative?
our Tony Todd Award for movie MVP.
Do you want to go first? Because I feel like I stole your. Who would you say?
I'll go first. It's kind of, I guess, an obvious one, but I'm gonna go with it because it is the first in the franchise. I'm gonna go with Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
She is phenomenal as Ripley. She is obviously a standout in the story, but yeah, I think she's just really badass, and I love her.
Well, I was thinking about this, and Sigourney Weaver's iconic, but then Tom Skerritt as Dallas is like, he's so cool but so annoyed. Yaphet Kotto is like awesome as Parker. I love Lambert, as, or Veronica Cartwright as Lambert. I really, and poor thing, like, she didn't know she was going to be sprayed in the face with blood.
Yeah.
On that scene, so that's such a real reaction.
That's so funny. I didn't know that.
And she's, oh God, I feel so bad for her. Ian Holm he's dastardly as Ash, and Harry Dean Stanton, John Hurt, and this is just a perfect cast. Who can I choose? So I'm choosing Mary Goldberg, the casting director of this movie, because I think this might be a hot take. I think this is the best cast in a horror movie.
Okay. I would tend to agree. I can't think of a better one.
I could think of very good, like, ones that, like, they just started doing the casting director award at the Oscars, which I think they gave to One Battle After Another. I would have given it to Sinners, but I don't think that was a horrible choice.
Right.
All the nominees were really incredibly casted. I think had this award been around for decades, Alien would have won. I don't even give a shit what came out that year.
Yeah.
Alien would have won, and if they didn't, I would have I'd fight. I'm fighting.
I agree. Okay. So next is, has Austin met anyone in the cast or crew?
I've met the xenomorph. That's not true. Well, I have a picture with the xenomorph, like, thing. It was at Horror Hound.
Nice.
So that's kind of true. Also, I've met Tom Skerritt and Veronica Cartwright.
Okay.
It was at Horror Hound in Indianapolis a few years ago. Me and friend of the show, John, we went to Horror Hound together with friend of the show, Doug. But John and I got a picture with Tom Skerritt and Veronica Cartwright.
Nice.
It was like an alien duo.
Nice.
How about you?
I have not.
Yeah.
Is the score better than Jaws?
Here's what I have to say. I think as a listening experience, Jaws is better.
Okay.
But I'm going to say that Alien has a better score than Jaws. That's my hot take.
I think I would agree. When you put it that way. I was going to say no because, yes, I think if you were just listening to the scores, it would be Jaws. But I agree.
Alien is just such a violent score.
Yes.
It's a violent movie, yes. But I think the score does so much with how scary it... And it's weird. It's a weird score. There's a lot of, like... Jerry Goldsmith, who we've talked about on this podcast before.
Yes.
Gremlins, The Omen, Poltergeist. I'm just naming the horror movies he's done, but
yeah,
I don't think Alien gets as much love as it deserves musically.
So Jerry Goldsmith has been active since the 1950s. A lot of movies and TV shows. He did The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the original one from the 60s. He did Stagecoach in 1966. In the 70s, he obviously did this movie. He did The Omen. He did Star Trek, the motion picture. He did a lot of Omen sequels. He did Poltergeist. He did Psycho 2, Gremlins and Gremlins 2. He did the Rambo movies. In the 90s was where he really hit a stride of a bunch of different movies. Sleeping with the Enemy, Basic Instinct. Just a lot of... I'm trying to think of more Star Treks. Air Force One, LA Confidential. Like, a lot. He did Mulan. Like, the animated Mulan. The Mummy. You know, just a bunch of scores, especially in the 90s. But, like, throughout the whole...
I think his last score before passing away was Looney Tunes Back in Action.
It was.
He worked a lot with Joe Dante.
Yep.
Jerry Goldsmith, legend. Just straight up legend. But I think Alien's one of his more underappreciated scores. And it shouldn't be, because it's like... It's obviously musically not as iconic as The Omen.
Yeah.
But it's such a unique and scary and just relentless listening experience. I think it's for film. I think every film composer needs to study the Alien score, because hate to break it to you, but you're gonna do horror. If you want to do film music, you're gonna,
Yes.
they're making horror movies. So
That's what they're making.
Get used to it.
Mhm.
Go where the money is. Get paid.
Yes. Is this a fine addition to your collection? I'm going to assume you own this one.
What if I said no? I'm not going to. Obviously,
Yeah.
I have this on Blu-ray. I actually don't have this on 4K.
Wild.
I have the 4K digital, but I don't have it on 4K. I'm kind of waiting for them to do like a big, fancy, smashy collection.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a bunch of like artwork and Funko Pops. I have this really cool book, it's like artwork inspired by Alien.
Yeah.
It's like a gallery book. It's really cool. And I'm just saying stuff that's like merchandised from the first Alien film.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I have even more if you consider the sequels.
Yeah.
But I have a couple Funko Pops of the xenomorph that's like specifically from Alien, and one of Sigourney Weaver in her spacesuit.
Nice.
I have a lot of Alien shit.
Cool.
A couple t-shirts. I'm wearing one right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wore one when we watched it.
Yeah, you did.
And I have a lot of Alien merch. I love Alien. And I don't care who knows.
Nice.
Do you own this?
I do not. I do own an Alien t-shirt. So
I've seen it.
that is good. They do have a 6-film collection, the first 6 films, on Blu-ray for $24.96 on Amazon.
Oh, you should get that.
So I feel like I might just get that.
Yeah, because
Because that's crazy. I'm trying to see if I'm going to be scammed, but yeah, I don't know.
6 films for $24.
Alien 6-film collection. It's all of them except for Romulus.
That's probably why it's so cheap, because it don't have the most recent movie.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite is the 3-star review that says, well, if you're into this kind of stuff, it's a great set. Like implying that they bought it even though they weren't into Alien. I don't know why you would do that. Anyway, whatever. That's not the point.
Maybe they haven't seen any of them and like, might as well do all of them.
I guess that's
I
not
didn't
really
like
what
any of them.
Amazon reviews are for.
That's so funny.
All right, everybody get out your Letterboxd reviews.
Ellen.
Ellen.
Annellen.
Oh, why that one makes me giggle so much. Ellen.
Okay. I gave this movie 4.5 stars and a heart. And I said, sometimes you see a classic for the first time and you're like, whoa, I get why this is a classic. This rules. Anyway, this movie ruled.
I gave this movie 5 stars and a heart. And I said, Josie.
Noise. I gave this 5 stars and a heart.
Mm-hmm.
We're so close to a Would You Die 5-star banger.
I'm
Yep.
sorry.
I said, Parker is me because I'm also not paid enough. And then I said, P.S. Alien, welcome to my 10 Timers Club.
Yay!
When we watched it together, I have officially logged Alien 10 times on Letterboxd.
Nice.
And some of my favorite reviews, I'm not going to read all of them, but on April 26th, 2026, I said, Happy Alien Day. This film is a reason I love me some extreme close-ups. August 14th, 2024, I said, a perfect organism, a perfect cast, a perfect film. And I watched it with the 2003 cast and crew commentary. On December 2nd, 2022, I said, showed Alien to a friend who's never seen it before, aka doing the Lord's work.
That was me.
It was you.
That was me.
So I know the date you seen Alien for the first time.
When was that? December 2nd?
December 2nd, 2022.
2022. Yeah. You know what's crazy, you guys? That was right before Jeremy and I met.
The xenomorph has been in your life longer.
About a month longer than Jeremy has.
And then Jeremy burst into all of our hearts. And the last review I'm going to read, May 3rd, 2021. I put this on because I've seen it countless times, and I needed a slow movie to nap during, and I stayed up for the whole thing. Anyways, Alien is a horror masterpiece. I love this movie.
It's just so good. And do you know what's crazy? Is like, I feel like I've watched Alien. I haven't logged it more than the times that I've watched it because I've watched like parts of it. It'll be on in the background, and I don't really log those movies.
Yeah, that's.
But I have seen it a few times, and it's one of those that even when I'm like, maybe I'm not in the mood for this one. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I always am. You know what I mean? Like, I just fucking always am. It's just that good.
If cable TV was still a thing, if you're searching the channels and Alien came on, you're like, it doesn't even matter what part of the movie. You're like, well, I'm watching Alien. This is what's happening now.
Yeah. All right. Supernatural alumni. We got one.
What the shit?
I know.
I was not expecting. What was this? The xenomorph?
It's the xenomorph. No, it's just kidding. For one episode, playing Lily Sunder in an episode of season 14, episode 8 of Supernatural, we have Veronica Cartwright.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
love Veronica Cartwright. She's so fun.
She's still kind of out there, like, working a lot, kind of, actually. She was also in Gotham Knights and The Rookie and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like, she's been in a lot of, like,
That's a
very
lot.
popular television shows, like, very recently.
She's been acting her entire life because, like we said earlier, she's a kid in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Right.
She's in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the Donald Sutherland one, which is one of the great movies.
Yeah.
In addition to Alien, sci-fi. Like, that movie came out in 1978.
Yes. All right. We have a new special edition superlative because it's a new month.
Oh, yes.
And if you don't know, the Alien franchise is all about the crew and all about the ensemble cast. So I'm going to ask you both, what crew member would you want to have a beer with?
I'm going to let Jeremy go first.
I'm going to take Dallas.
Okay.
That's my dog, dude. He's just he's just trying to get this shit over with.
Tom Skerritt just seems fucking cool.
He does.
He's so fucking chill about it, too. He's like, listen, that's not my department. Like, every time.
Right. Exactly. And he's just like, I'm just trying to get home. It is funny when, in that fake happy ending, where John Hurt's character, Kane, is like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm all right. Dallas is just like, you know what? Let's have one more meal before the road. I'm buying. Like, it's fun, you know?
Yeah.
And he's not like the best leader because he but you can tell he cares about his crew. And when they hatch a plan to kill the xenomorph and some guy has to go into the shafts, he just takes that responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, he makes some mistakes in this movie, but he that's true leadership.
Yeah.
So
he reminds me a lot of the main character in The Thing.
Oh, Kurt Russell's character.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's character.
That's fair.
I see it.
Plus, like, Tom Skerritt, that's a Detroit homie.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
It was a perfect answer.
That's fair. Okay, just so you know, before we move on, we have decided that Ripley is not a contender for this superlative because, like, obviously, she's like, we all want to have a beer with Ripley. So anybody else is fair game. Austin, you want to go next?
Are you sure you don't want to go next?
No, I went first last time. You can go next.
Okay. Because I'm taking Parker.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Parker's just, him and I, we're just going to be bashing capitalism and complaining about our paydays and bitching about bonuses. We'd have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you have a beer with?
I'm gonna buy Lambert a beer. I
She
feel like
needs
she
it.
just fucking needs it, and like, yeah. It's
She likes
not-
griping. You like griping.
It's not her fucking fault that she's freaking out. I get it. I would too, wouldn't you?
I mean, like, she wanted to get off the damn ship, like, so early in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Lambert.
Yeah. Austin, would you die?
No.
Why?
Because I'm arachnophobic. I don't fuck with eggs. I just wouldn't be sticking my head near eggs.
Fair.
And let's just say some other dumbass did. And the xenomorph's out and about. You know what would happen?
What?
I'll tell you what would happen.
I'm gonna say something before you start. You get to use this for one of these movies. You do not get to use this as your answer all month. So if it's now, that's fine.
You can't do this to me. This is my show.
I can.
You know what I sacrificed?
Nothing.
I hope you know what that was a reference to. Can't do this to me. Well, here's... I almost said it.
You were close.
Listen. If I was walking the dark halls of the Nostromo and the xenomorph saw me, I just know deep down in my heart he would see me and recognize me as a friend. Probably because I don't go anywhere without holding my 17 Xenomorph Funko Pops. So he also knows I'm a fan. And I would not die.
Okay.
How about you, Anneliese? Would you die?
No, because I take the philosophy of kill it with fire very seriously in my life. So I would just do that. Jeremy, would you die?
No, because any time, like, similar to you, I just would do the thing. Like, I wouldn't let what's his name? The
Ash?
Yes. I would not let Ash be like, we have to study it, and be like, okay. I would be like, no. We're gonna kill it. Because studying it, we can study its dead corpse.
Its charred remains.
We do not need to study its liveness. We're gonna kill it.
Yep.
Yeah. Austin, where can the people find you?
The people can find me having a nice hearty beer with my boy Parker, not being attacked by xenomorphs. You can also find me at my socials at Austin M. Torres, Letterboxd, Instagram. You can find the show's social media at Would You Die Show. Follow us on YouTube, where in addition to listening to the podcast, you can watch my short films like Ice Scream, The Blood Witch, the trailer for my upcoming short Dietary Restrictions, and the very alien-coded Spider. A few weeks ago, I called it the very Predator-coded. Joke's on you, both movies influenced Spider. You can subscribe to our Patreon, where you can get monthly bonus episodes of the podcast, our bi-monthly show, The Godzilla Project. We got a bunch more fun stuff. It's only $3 a month. Help us out. We got goals for this. We ain't Wayland Yutani. We don't have that corporate backup. It's just us. True, independent horror creators. Help us out.
Truckers in space.
Literally us. Anneliese, where can the people find you?
People can find me curling up for a cryo sleep nap with Jonesy. You can also find me on Instagram at Whimsywillow. Pretty much it. Jeremy, where can people find you?
People can find me taking a deep exhale after realizing Jonesy survives the movie. Because these fuckers told me he was gonna die.
I never said that. You just said, oh, cat. And all I said was, don't get attached.
You
And I
implied. You gave me the implication.
I did imply, I did not say. So
anyway, can find me recovering from a 2-hour anxiety attack.
In my defense, it was funny.
All right, yeah, fair point. Yeah.
Where else can you be?
The people can also find me at Annually Funny.
And that was
your time.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, for producing our podcast. Thanks so much to Josie Palmer for doing our theme music. You can check out her other stuff on Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you to Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative for our graphics, which are displayed on our social media. You can check out more of his work at wearecrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for the next episode?
There's more. That's my hint. But until next time, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
This is the crew of the Nostromo signing off.